Yes, once again, welcome back to Achievers Meeting Point. That's our YouTube channel that is trying to help us. So now we are back with CMA, that is Cost and Management Accounting. Now we are moving on the third or fourth subtopic within our first topic, which is cost volume profit analysis. Now, and today's subtopic is looking at how to get a target profit after taxation. How am I supposed to aim in order to get a target profit after taxation? Most companies, remember, supposed to pay the company tax. So I would like to know which quantities should I sell, or which sales should I make in order for me to earn a given profit after removing taxation. So that's why we're bringing out this version. So I've started with giving an example. If I have a profit of 1 million shillings and the tax rate is 30%, that means, of course, the tax I'm supposed to pay is 300,000. That is 30% times 1 million. So my tax, my target, my profit after tax, that means would be 1 million minus 300,000. Sorry, you'll change this word. It's supposed to be profit after tax, not tax after profit. You change it. So it's supposed to be 1 million minus 300,000. That means the 700,000 is the profit after tax. So, but remember now, I want now, in case now I'm given with 700,000 as my profit after tax. So can I go back to understand what was the profit before tax? So that means in order for someone to go back to the profit before tax, you get the profit after tax, that is the 700,000, divided by 1 minus the tax rate. So whenever you want to go back to the original, you get your desired profit after tax divided by 1 minus the tax rate. So if I get 700,000 divided by 1 minus 0.3, and I get 700,000 divided by 0.7, it gets me a 1 million. That means I've gone back to my original of the profit before tax. So that's the first thing you have to understand, that always to get back, you get a desired profit after tax divided by the 1 minus the tax rate. Yeah, so now let's look at how we get the formula that can be used. So we remember in the last video that I made, I gave you how we get the quantities, how we get the sales in case we have a target profit. It's the same thing here. I have a target profit, but in this case my target profit is after tax. I remember in the first video we made, we had that for it had the fixed costs. To get the quantity, you'd get the fixed cost plus the desired profit out of the contribution, which is unit selling price minus unit variable cost. But in this case, my desired profit is after tax. I have to go back to the original desired profit, which is before tax. So in this case, I would get quantity, it would equal to fixed cost plus the desired profit after tax minus, this thing should be after tax. So the desired profit after tax divided by 1 minus the tax rate. So that means it is first helping you to go back to the original version of the original profit that's supposed to be made, divided by the contribution, which is unit selling price minus unit variable cost. Someone please quote me well. It is fixed cost plus desired profit after tax divided by 1 minus tax rate. And to get the sales, it is fixed cost plus desired profit after tax out of 1 minus tax rate divided by the contribution to sales ratio. It will be able to give us the sales to make. So in these two things you have seen, we have not changed anything from the last videos. What we have just changed is that we are changing the desired profit after tax to go back to the original profit. That's it all. So let's see how it can be applied in different questions, and we see. So our question reads: Achievers plans to earn a profit after tax of UGX 2.1, UGX 2,100,000 from an income tax rate of 30%. This is to be earned after selling their videos at a unit selling price of 20,000 UGX. Each video is to be sold at 20,000, and the variable cost incurred of 12,000. The fixed cost will amount to 40 million. Required: determine the amount of units to be sold to achieve the target. Roman 2, compute the sales figure that should be made to achieve the target. That's the question. So let's look at the solution to this question. If you look at the questions they've told us, these people are planning to achieve a profit after tax of 2,100,000, but it is to be earned after having an income tax rate of 30%. These people are going to sell each unit of a video at 20,000, and they're going to incur variable cost of 12,000. Their fixed cost is 40 million. So from our formula, that to get the quantity to be sold, that is Roman 1, to get the quantity to be sold is equal to fixed cost plus the desired profit out of 1 minus tax rate, divided by the contribution to unit selling price minus the variable cost. My fixed cost is 40 million from the question. From the question, I have the desired profit of 2,100,000. So when I divide by 1 minus 0.3, and I divide by the contribution, 20 minus 12,000, 20,000 minus 12,000, that means I'm able to get my answer of 5,675 units. How do I get it? When I get 2.1 divided by 0.7, it gives me 3 millions. Can try on the calc. Then when you add 3 millions plus the fixed cost of 40 millions, I'll get a total of 43 millions divided by 8,000, which gives me 5,675 units. Well and good. Roman 2 required us to get the sales figure. So if you look at the sales figure, we know sales figure is equal to get the sales figure to make, it is equal to fixed cost plus the profit out after tax out of 1 minus tax over tax rate divided by the contribution sales ratio. But we all know that to get the contribution sales ratio is equal to contribution out of the selling price. And our contribution to get it is equal to always selling price minus the variable cost. So, and our selling price is 20,000 and the selling price is 12,000. So that means our contribution sales ratio is going to be 20,000 minus 12,000 divided by the selling price, which is 20,000. I'll get 8,000 divided by 20,000 to give me a 0.4. So I've read from the formula now, I've got the contribution sales ratio, I have the fixed cost, I have the desired profit after tax, and I have the tax rate. So that means I'm good to go. When I substitute in my fixed cost, and I substitute in the 40 millions plus the desired profit after tax, I substitute it as is 2.1, and I divide by 1 minus tax rate of 0.7 divided by 0.4. I'll get a 40 millions plus 3 millions divided by 0.4, which gives me a 43 millions divided by 0.4. That means I'm supposed to make a sales figure of 107,500,000 in order for me to get a profit after tax of 2.1. So therefore, that's how we can do our question. So always check with us from Achievers Meeting Point for all courses. We're having CMA, we're having income tax, we're having accounting series by now. But please check in the next video. The next video, we're going to look at how to get the cost volume profit from the multi products. Having many products, how do you get the cost? How do you get analysis of the cost volume profit analysis? Always share this link to people, to share to your friends. Always like it and always comment in the comment section. Live view. Keep on every day.